In Elmer, New Jersey, there's a Japanese-style three-chambered kiln that uses the ancient combination of salt and wood fire to literally transform the clay pots being fired. The Perkins Center for the Arts and Apple Farm Arts and Music Center built this Noborigama kiln, and they fire it 12 to 14 times a year.
Why are people crazy enough to do wood firing? You end up getting very involved in it, and you really have to because it's a lot of energy. You want to find the easiest way to fire your work, go to electric, and then maybe next gas. It's a lot of work.
The Noborigamas, I don't know when they really came into play, probably more like 17th, 18th century Japan. The idea is they originated by going into a hillside that was a clay hillside, digging basically a cave up the hill and using that enclosure to put clay into to retain enough heat to get to high temperatures. That sort of developed into these hill climbing kilns. This is what's considered a Noborigama, and that just means the kiln's been segmented or has more than one chamber. Final outcome has everything to do with how the pots are arranged, especially in this part of the kiln. So you can change, I could fire this thing maybe on its side and do something like that and have a different look. And then also you're thinking about how the flame is going to pass through here, you know, and giving space for it to move. And so you're going to have to, it's like, becomes a bit of a puzzle.
It'll be firing for about 36 hours, I think. So you're pretty exhausted at the end of that.
I was here till about 2:30, and then I went home, got a couple hours sleep, and came back.
I went to sleep around 3, so I slept here.
So I arrived at 10:30 in the morning, and I fired pretty much straight through till 6:30 this morning.
As the flame, it's pulled up into the chimney, and as it recedes back into the first chamber, then I call the stoke. And that basically means that we're just keeping that flame surrounding all the pots in the chamber. We have a piece of iron, and we'll sprinkle salt on it, stick it in the hole where they're putting the wood, and just kind of shake it. And it'll get caught up into the current of the fire, and then it'll just spread throughout the kiln. Salting is an old German technique. When you throw salt in at high temperature, it actually volatilizes or becomes a vapor. And the sodium from the salt reacts with the silica in the clay and fuses, and that's basically glass.
You really don't know exactly what's going to come out. And often you do a lot of work and you're like, ooh, that didn't come out so great.
Look at that surface. That's phenomenal. Yeah. Oh.
And other times it's just a completely unexpected kind of treasure that comes out.
Oh, you're going to be real pleased with that.
Yeah. I like the way the clay just blushes a little bit.
Right. Mine's probably a little different because I have work that's not pottery, and it is more sculptural. I like the sculptural potential of the wood kiln. It does give it almost an ancient look.